brings up the question, Rob. You said you were a Samsung fan since all the way back in the day.
Hmm.
Now, Google, which the company who creates Android, that's going to give you, in theory, a more seamless experience from the word go, versus Samsung has had its history when it comes to updates, when it comes to the ecosystem, when it comes to all of the things that people love iPhones for, since they have pretty much nailed it with all of these features on these Google Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Why wouldn't you switch over to Google and ditch
Just
Samsung?
saying, Rob. What you
So
gonna do, bro?
I'm going to say what I've been telling other people. So I put out on Twitter. How did I say it? I was like, this Pixel 6 is calling me, man. It'd be calling me, and I might just have
Like
to go
Pookie.
to it. Yeah. So I went Pookie on this. So I might actually switch. Terrance, one of our homies, Rod, he just got one. And in fact, he's upset because it literally, I think, gets delivered today or tomorrow for him, and he's out of the country, so he actually has to wait till he gets back to get his new hotness. But he just got one. He switched from he actually had an iPhone 13 Pro.
I'm
And
pretty
he's switching
sure
from
that makes perfect sense because he seems like the person that was just using an iPhone until something better to him came along, and this is the better thing that came along for him.
exactly. He is, when I say that he is completely agnostic, he could care less what he uses, because for him it's a utilitarian device. I make phone calls, send text messages. As long as I can do those two things, I'm good. And he's like, much better camera. And it works on dark skinned people. And like I said, Rod's a darker skinned guy. He doesn't like looking like, he doesn't look like actually Larry. So he's like,
but at the same time, Rod is probably one of those people that also I want to be not necessarily the opposite of what everybody else is doing, but we love contrarian. So we love iPhones, and I'm pretty sure him and Chris, to a smaller extent, is like, as soon as something else comes, I'm just going to be different. I'm going to switch back over to Google. So I wouldn't put that past him either.
For him, it's just, can he get the phone wet? Because as long as he can get the phone wet, he's probably good, because it's going to happen whether he wants it to or not. But I think he had an issue with Apple Care, and it just didn't. You know what, son, you just take my new phone. I'll go get me a new one, and this is how we'll deal with this. As he was dealing with an issue with Apple Care. But anyway, like I said, he has it, and so I will definitely get my hands on it at some point. And, to answer your question, I'm not buying it today. I'm not going to get a phone until the S22 comes out, because, my phone that I have now is not even 18 months. I haven't had it even 18 months yet. So am I just going to go buy another phone today while I'm still paying?
Why not?
Everybody ain't like you, Terrance, just to be buying gadgets just because it's out, so I'm getting it.
Yes. It works, I'm buying it.
Well, if I keep seeing news like I'm seeing, and I'm looking at these awesome pictures that people are taking, and I know right now that there's
nice looking phone, like aesthetically, the colors are like really interesting and nice, and
that's another
nice
thing.
Looking phone, man. It's a really nice looking phone.
And Samsung, they've been doing things, they've been taking stuff away that I've liked. So I was a huge fan of MST when they introduced that onto the the Galaxy S line, and now that's gone. And I was a huge fan of the Note with the S Pen, and now that's gone. And it's like, this, I'm looking at Black people use this who are taking pictures, and they are saying consistently that they like the pictures coming out of this more so than they like the ones coming out of like an S21, Ultra. And it's like, okay, you've checked a lot of boxes, and Stephanie, you did say this. The phone actually does look premium. This was my biggest complaint about the Pixel. It's like, if I'm going to go spend this kind of money on a phone, it needs to look like an iPhone, or look, it needs to be that premium build quality of a Samsung device, and they weren't. I think this one is. Now, I know I'm still going to put it in. People say, well, Rob, you're just going to put it in the case. It's like, yeah, but I still know that it doesn't look as good under the case.
That's right.
As it did before. And, it's the principalities about it. So
that's right.
So those things have been pretty much eliminated. So to your point, Terrance, if I needed to go get a phone today, it probably would be this. And knowing me, I'm trying to not just go buy it because it exists, but I know me, I'm probably going to. I can see myself having
I don't know. We got history, And I've seen times to where it's like everything fits up, everything lines up, and you're just like, oh well,
Well,
well.
no. So you're going all the way back to the BlackBerry days. That was something special. That was something special. Pretty much on Android, whoever has the nicest phone is who I'm going with. And generally, the nicest phone that you could easily get in the States has been Samsung up till this point. And it's like this one, it might actually pull me over, because like I said, I don't want to say I'm a sucker for the fact that they addressed issues for people like us, but they addressed issues for people like us,
and that does make a difference. You have to take that into consideration. And like, we've been complaining about it and everything else, and for a company to actually listen and put the time in, because like you said, this has been over 2 years in development, to put the time in to get it right, or get it as right as they can with the technology they have currently. That speaks volumes. That really does speak volumes, and it really does make you kind of, not that Google is infallible and we love Google now. I'm not a stan, but it does make you take note and say, oh, okay, well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, fam. Yeah, and maybe this might be, for anybody on the fence, this might be the thing that puts them on Google's side of the fence.
And you cannot beat the price. I mean, you can get a 6.
Yeah.
And they're using the same processor. I mean, the Pro does have, 120 hertz as compared to the 90. So the screen's, a little nicer. It's got that curved bevel. So it's a nicer screen, but it's $300 more. I don't know if it's worth $300 more.
Most of the reviews I read said that it wasn't necessarily
right. So when you're talking about $600 for this, that's half an iPhone. I mean, that's half a Samsung device.
Yeah.
So just for those reasons, just because of how inexpensive it is, I could absolutely see myself. I'm trying to not talk myself into getting one, but I could absolutely see myself ordering this joint. And then if Samsung puts their big toe into the S22 when it comes out next year, definitely if it has a slot for the S Pen, I could see myself just getting that, and then selling this or keeping it and just having having it as a backup phone or something like that. Who knows? So